We'll do it, man. We're back. I'd like to welcome y'all to the LK Sport Podcast. I don't forgot the number. I think we're on 60. It's been so long. Been a couple of weeks. We're in Austin, Texas. There. I have it right when I put this out, but we're in beautiful Austin, Texas. Actually, Pflugerville. But we stand near Round Rock.
Cowboy Nation.
He couldn't help himself. He couldn't fucking help himself. See, we're in this beautiful backyard with the lights. If you can tell, it's windy. It's supposed to get some rain, so we're under the shed kind of area. But it's just beautiful out here right now.
Nice.
It really is. We're gonna come to you today with some fantasy week one. Week one is open NFL now. We're just gonna touch bases on some things while we have some time. I've been intending to do a little bit more out here, but I've been so busy working and things. So, but week one. Before we go to fantasy, what you thought about week one in the NFL?
I mean, it's week one. I like the way a couple teams looked.
Yeah.
And didn't look.
Right. Sure.
But you can't take too much out of week one. You want to like the good performances and not like some of the bad ones. But still, a lot of these guys don't even play in the preseason anymore, so getting that rust out and stuff like that. So I don't think you can overreact or underreact to like anything. Obviously the big news. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers was obviously devastating. I feel bad for the Jets fans. They really do. Being an Eagle hurt and stuff like that, they were really had their hopes up. But they won that game. It's still a really good team, so we'll see what they do. I think they still can compete and stuff.
I think he gives Zach Wilson a couple of weeks, at least, and once you see if he can't make a step forward, at least be a game manager, just so because that defense not gonna let you out of too many games.
Tough week for this week now.
Yeah, they got y'all right.
Yeah, the Cowboys. Yeah,
and that game would be 9-6. We got them 16-13, same as the last game. It just. How many plays can Zach Wilson make? Like I said,
give him a full week of practice and stuff like that, and see how he
make a game plan for him. And before we continue starting, this is great. We're in Austin, Texas. They got a brewery, a cider. It's called Austin East Cider. It got pineapple, blackberry, cherry lime, original.
Got them all.
Yeah, man. I like the original, the black, all the cherry lime. They were so good. They gone. I'm about to get some. Shout out to them. This is real good stuff, man. I tasted another beer out here. It's pretty good. I can't think of the name of it right now, but
yeah, it's great out here. And people are great. Everything's great.
People are very nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
I feel like Texas gets a little bit of a bad rap sometimes. It's freaking. They're awesome here. They really are.
Right on, man.
I just sometimes as I'm looking at something like one of the things too with the reacting and stuff. I don't think that anybody, could the Cowboys be that good? Could the Giants be that bad? Some things like that, maybe. But Joe Burrows threw for less than 100 yards, and I don't think anybody is really that worried about him.
Right, so, that's very true. And one time, shout out for the Lodge as well, card room.
Oh, yeah.
Very dope room out here in Austin. I like it a lot. They have their things. They have their, I'll be blunt, they shit together. And it's an incredible card room. They have plenty of spaces, plenty of tables. If you watch this, you're a poker player. Take some time, put the Lodge and
on your list.
And stop by. At least give it a week time and play here. And try to catch one of the series. We right here actually with the Millionaire Mayhem 1.5 million guaranteed through the series.
Something like that. Yeah.
And the main event is coming up. By the time y'all hear this, it'll be going on. It'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Day 2 will be Sunday, and final table will be on Monday.
And 1.5 million guarantees.
Yeah.
16 tournaments.
And they'll have that televised. The final table will be on Monday. It'll be televised on the Lodge. Is it the Lodge on YouTube as well?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep.
So check them out as well. Like I said, I got much respect for everybody here. Everyone been extremely nice to me since I've been here.
Yeah,
I would definitely come back on the next series if they have me. But let's move on to the business. Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
460-yard passing. If you don't PPR league, you got your 28.1. If I'm not mistaken here, I'm looking at here. He went 28 for 45, 466, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, man. Had ran for 5 yards as well. Can't get too much better than that right now.
Yeah, they threw a lot of that to Mr. Tyreek Hill.
Give it to him. What he had? He had
215, 11 catches, 215, and 2 touchdowns on 15 targets. He said he wanted to go for 2K. He's on pace for about 3,400. So
correct. Guess who number 2?
Brandon Ayuk.
No.
No?
I'm saying quarterback.
Oh, quarterbacks. Oh, Mac Jones.
That's him, man.
Mac
Pass
Jones.
Nation,
Mac
baby.
Jones.
I hope he took the step forward this year because I was talking a lot of shit about you, Chief. I was like, if Mac Jones don't get it done this year, we got to move on. But week 1, Bill O'Brien had them guys playing. They hung in there with the Eagles, had a couple early turnovers. We got a turnover back in the end. Jalen Hurts fumble. We had a chance to go down there and win it. We had a pass to Bolton. Booty. I don't know how it's the correct way to say his last name, but if he would have got that other foot in, we might be talking upset of the week.
That would have been awesome.
True. Oh, yeah, that was fan, but Eagles.
I hope that was the real deal.
amazing.
I hope that was the real deal, though. Eagles defense, though, and it looks a little bit.
I think defensive line wasn't no joke. Jalen Carter is going to be the
Oh, yeah,
highest
their D-line. I
paid
mean, there's no
D
joke. There's a
tackle
ton of talent.
in a few years. But we're gonna see what's going on. I like what I seen out of the Patriots this past Sunday. I like the direction. I like they getting Bourne involved. They got Juju got a few catches. Both of the tight ends had some tough catches. Got Stevenson running well. Zeke had a fumble, but he looked it good. I like it, man. Ty Montgomery involved. We had everyone involved, and I like what's going on. If that happened, Mac Jones is your number 2 ranked doing those type of things. We're gonna win some football games.
Yeah, and with that defense, I mean, they should. I mean, like I said, the Patriots, they should be in most games.
Yeah, our defense always good decent.
Just about how many of them are going to be able to finish off. So.
Someone round out the top 10 right quick. Number 3, Jordan Love. Number 4, Anthony Richardson. Number 5, Deshaun Watson. He got a rushing touchdown in there, so they boosted him up. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence, Kirk Cousins, Brock Purdy. Do any of those names surprise you?
No, I mean, maybe Brock a little bit. I mean, Kirk Cousins, I'm not surprised they were losing, so we know what Kirk Cousins can do, especially with, JJ and Addison there now and stuff. So, yeah.
Don't forget about my dog, TJ Hawkinson. I'm a big TJ Hawkinson.
Him too, of course. And then back to on the other side, we haven't touched on too, on obviously the Lions beating the Chiefs on Thursday night, which was a big. I mean, I know they.
I liked it. I liked the Lions.
No Kelsey.
I took the plus points on it.
No Kelsey, no Jones. So that I mean, I think if they're there, it's probably a little bit different, but still a nice win for the Lions to start the season in Kansas City like that.
Very true, very true. Right outside of Sam Howell, we got he's number 11 on the week. He got a rushing touchdown as well. I seen some things in Washington. If Chase come back on that defensive line, we're sweating those guys. They defense, I mean, it was the Cardinals at the end of the day, but it's still a professional football team. If they can string some things together, they look better than the Giants. They played an extremely good defense in the Cowboys on Sunday night. So we're going to see if they can rebound versus the Cardinals this week. And we're going to see what Washington do this week. What they got this week? I don't have to pull up the schedules. Like I said, this is round. Yeah, we're trying to get it.
I can bring it up here. I got it.
Yeah, me too. I got both of them, so both of us can have it. But see, week 2 schedule.
Washington.
They got, that's week 1.
I want to say they have another winnable game. Denver.
Oh.
In Denver, so I mean that's gonna be a big
Denver
game.
only had 16 points this past week as
Again.
well. So yeah, we gotta try to figure out what they got going on. Let's go to these running backs here. Hold on, let me talk about one thing with these quarterbacks. I know everybody drafted Josh Allen, young heavy 12 going 3 interception, 1 fumble. Don't panic. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he turns the ball over sometimes.
That's what he does
yeah,
sometimes.
But I mean, and the Jets have even last year in the 2 games against the Jets, he wasn't very good. So, I mean, I think Josh Allen's fantasy-wise, he's fine. I mean, we'll see what happens moving forward with that team. But I think fantasy-wise, I wouldn't sweat that at all.
Running back Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, Christian McCaffrey, Tyler Agler, Tony Pollard, Travis Etienne, Bijan Robinson, Rashawn Johnson, Kyron Williams, Nick Chubb. I'm going to be honest. Roshan, Kyron, Tyler Agler. Those are 3 names that pop out to everybody on this top 10 list. Tyler Agler had 2 touchdowns. We got 2 Atlanta running backs in the top 10 this week, and I think this is the recipe for success for the Atlanta Falcons this year. This is what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball. They're going to want rid of the Alex Smith, as I call it. Let that defense play very decent.
If he can be, in fairness to Alex Smith, if he can be Alex Smith, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, true.
Very true. Quite like that just yet with Ritter. I mean, let's wait and see with Ritter, of course. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying though. But
so And Aaron Jones, he hurt his hamstring on that last touchdown, so we got to see what's going on with that. But
I got something to do too.
Real. Yeah, I mean, A.J. Dillon, pick him up. He's just finna get a load right now. Austin Eckler did his own thing, but he did it on the rushing side. He's 16 carries for 117
He
yards.
tweaked an ankle or something too. So.
But they say he's going to be ready to go, so hopefully he gets done. Christian McCaffrey being Christian McCaffrey, Tony Pollard being Tony Pollard. ETN, he did it all, 18 rushes, and he had some catches. How many catches? He had 5 fucking catches. That's amazing for a running back. Bijan had 6 catches for a running back.
I can see that, like the Algier and Bijan thing. I do want. I mean, maybe it's because I have some Bijan too. I want to say like it's starting off. Eventually, it will go and Bijan will get a little bit more. But I think Algier he'll be a factor all season.
I think with
and even caught the ball a little bit. Even caught the ball a little bit too. So.
I think with Arthur Smith, though, both of them get it. I think you can. If you got both of them, I wouldn't suggest putting both of them in your lineup. But if you're a player with Tyler Algier, I'll put him in my flex position because I feel like he'll get those touches. Maybe you'll get a week where he gets 7 touches and only 32 yards rushing, no touchdown, and you feel down that week. But then again, I mean, he's gonna get the ball in the red zone.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I mean, even though he didn't get as many carries as everybody would like and stuff, Bijan, I mean, he's just different when he has the ball, though. You just see the difference. As good as Algier is, I mean, Bijan's on another level.
I mean, I agree with that, but I think Bijan's gonna be your PPR guy. He's gonna get you 4 catches a game. He's gonna get you 10 to 15 carries. And he's gonna make, if he fall in the end zone, he's gonna be 20 plus. If he don't fall in the end zone, he's still gonna get you 10 plus. And if you draft him in round 1, it's not gonna be the worst. You're not gonna get 20 points a week from Bijan. Just cut it out. Can it happen? Absolutely. But the odds of that happen is not there. But then you're gonna have a week where Tyler Algier, as this week, outscore him, but both of them do very well. So it's just one of those things that you gotta take a chance on.
Game script too. I don't know how, I mean, we'll see how Atlanta does this year.
If they get down, you definitely want Bijan. Yeah. So that's another thing. And then Roschon Johnson took over that backfield in Chicago this weekend. Maybe we've seen some of the future there.
There was a lot of catching though when they were, a lot of balls he caught when they were down though too. So we'll see.
That's also excellent if you're in a PPR league. You want those guys.
No, but I guess that's, I was actually going to touch it. We got to that game eventually. Do the Bears? Do they just still stink? Is that what it is? Do they just still stink? I mean, are the Packers good? Like, is it week
Packers
1?
defense is good. Let's not forget they got Quez Walker, All Pro. You got Campbell was injured last year. He was an All Pro guy. You still got Preston Smith there. You still got the big guy in the middle. I can't think of his name right now. You got another Georgia boy in that middle. You still got the cornerback. What's his name?
Oh yeah, Alexander.
You still got Jair Alexander there.
No, I think the defense,
guys are good.
They're good. But but the Bears. I thought the Bears giving up 38 points again. Like it's just the Bears. I mean,
Romeo
they spent all that money.
And that's not with Christian Watson. This might be Jordan Love might be something that we need to watch. I mean, he said, I'm not calling Aaron Rodgers, but he did the same thing Aaron Rodgers did to Brett Favre. He sat beside him, seen the mistakes, picked up from a Hall of Famer, and maybe he's good.
I've been more from with the fantasy aspect from the Bears. Like, do we really? Because I think Roschon, if their Bears are going to do this all year and they're going to be playing from behind the whole time, I think he has a lot. He may have a lot of potential. But if they end up playing better and they're playing from, I think it's going to be more Herbert and Foreman and Fields and things like that. But I mean, again, maybe the Bears are going to just be really awful again. So,
Kyron Williams, Los Angeles Rams. If you got Cam Akers, don't panic quite yet. Give it a couple more weeks. He didn't have a great rush per average. As a matter of fact, Cam Akers
15 for 20 or something like that.
But he fell in the end zone, so he made your week. 22 carries for 29 yards.
29 yards.
That's terrible.
But I feel like they've been waiting to replace him. So I mean, if Carnell Williams does that, I think you could see that flip.
Kyron, gonna get your name right. But Nick Chubb's at 10, 18, 106. He didn't get in the end zone. He falls in the end zone. He's the number 1 this week. So don't fret.
Yeah, you don't know about Chubb.
And Joshua Kelly, 16 carries for 91. They ran it down Miami Dolphins' throat this weekend. They took a L, but that's something that Miami gonna have to tighten up because teams see that week 1. Guess what? Next team gonna do? Run down your throat 20, 25 times again.
Yeah, that's the question for the Dolphins is probably that defense. We'll see if they can do it. But they're gonna air it out like that though. I mean, Tua can stay healthy, man. Maybe Maybe 2 is the MVP this year.
And end up thing happened. Ramondre was sick. He still got you double-digit points and 6 catches. That's any back that get you these catches. Chubb even caught the ball 4 times this weekend, so you definitely getting that for him. He got
there's nobody taking touches away from him right now. So.
And another thing I want to point out, James Conner. I was high on him. I didn't get any of him this offseason. I get what you're saying. 14. He had 14 carries and he had 5 receptions. If he get that every single week, he's gonna get you double-digit points, and he's not gonna lose you.
If he was on a different team, maybe I'd like him a little bit more. But like on that
he's
team,
gonna get. We're talking fantasy. He's gonna get you points, Chief. Trust me.
Let's see. All right.
If you don't, you got him. I'll trade for him.
I don't have him in anything. He was on my do not draft list this year.
All right, top 20 wide receivers. Obviously at the top, Tyreek Hill. Like I said, 215. Brandon Ayuk, 2 touchdowns, got you 129 yards receiving. Got Jacoby Myers, big surprise. 9. He had 10 targets, 9 receptions, 81 yards, and a couple tutties. They say Stephon Diggs did Diggs thing. Kendrick Bourne, number 5, surprise. He had a couple tutties as well. He had only 6 catches. He had 11 targets though. Calvin Ridley, he looked amazing in that first half. He had like 92 catches, and then they went away from him in the second half. I guess they started doubling, or who knows. Zay Jones made an amazing catch that game as well for a touchdown. Then you got Justin Jefferson. He's always going to be in the top 10. You got Michael Pittman Jr. I think he's going to live in the top 10 as well. He's going to be their high target guy. He's going to get 10 to 15 targets per game for Anthony.
I was worried about him with the young quarterback. But week 1, so far so good. So.
Correct. Puka Nakua. Nobody had him. Amazing.
Some people picked up Tutu Atwell, but nobody picked up him.
He's 9 times out of 10 he's the number 1 waiver pickup right now. Maybe Zach Wilson, but I doubt it's a lot of pivots in the 12-team league. You don't have to go down to get Zach Wilson. You can get Sam Howell. You can go get
Puka will probably him and like Josh and Josh Kelly
and Kyron Williams too.
Those will be the top couple guys right there for sure.
Yeah, and then you got Chris Olave. He's always gonna stay. I'm gonna run St. Brown right on the outside. And Rashid Shaheed, he's number 12. Don't get too hype about that one. I think when Michael Thomas, Olave, and those guys gonna get majority. He just had a great game. Yeah. And Mike Evans, look out for him. He had a great game with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield didn't look the worst either. He didn't lose you a game, and they took the game that up in Minnesota. So that was a great week.
And Tutu even went for 100 yards too. So
I mean, Matthew Stafford taking back the hands of the time. Go Dogs.
And rookie Zay Flowers.
Go ahead.
He had a 9 for 78, and he looked like that. He could be maybe he's going to be the number 1 guy there. I picked him in a keeper league, so I hope so.
Yeah, I hope he works out for you. I didn't get none of these guys, man. I got Jefferson in 1 league. That's it. I wanted plenty of Tyreek, but the position I was in, I had to take Bijan from 1 league, and I took Josh Jacobs in another league. I got Josh Jacobs, Chubb. I got Josh Jacobs, Bijan, and Ramondre. So hopefully all that work out. But I did have Aaron Rodgers this past week. I lost my week, and that stung a little bit.
Speaking of that too, who's a little bit farther down the list here is kind of safe to stay with the touchdowns. But man, it's gonna be. Man, Garrett Wilson is that guy, man. And it's I hope they find some way to get him the ball because, I have him in our league that we're in together, and because he's the truth, man. He's that catch was,
and he's very young.
That catch was so sick. That was such a good catch in the end zone, man, and that was such a bad throw by Zach Wilson. So hopefully he was still pretty good last year, with all that crappy quarterback play, but he was drafted this year to be like a top 5 receiver. So. I hope they figure that out with him. So it's be a waste.
The number 1 tight end of the weekend, Hunter Henry of the New England Patriots. He was 5 for 6, 5 catching 56 yards and a touchdown. Number 2 is Hayden Hurst. He played Atlanta this weekend. I think it was kind of a revenge game for him. Maybe you can go pick him up in waiver wires 9 times out of 10. T.J. Hockenson, my favorite tight end in the league right now. He had 9 targets, 8 for 35 only. But all those receptions got 11.5. Then you had Parham Jr. They got in the end zone for the Chargers. Don't go pick him up. Trust me, it's not gonna work out like that. Mm-hmm. Evan Ingram, Cole Kmet, Blake Bell, Sam Laporta, Harrison Bryant, Adam Troutman. Listen, guys, this is the tight end position. This is gonna flip up and down. When Travis Kelce come back next week, especially out those guys losing, he's gonna do everything possible to get back on that field. Mark Andrews didn't play this week, so 2 of the top guys didn't play this week. We think that's going to be their position. So these Blake Bell's gonna drop out of here. Sam Laporta, I think he's gonna.
Yeah, so, I mean, some of those guys, like Bell, he had 2 catches, but he had a touchdown. So I mean, I would keep it. Laporta. I mean, I think he was drafted in a lot of leagues. I mean, he caught 5 balls, so that's
is involved in that.
That's for tight ends in this league. 5 balls is a good game. So and even Troutman had 5 catches. Logan Thomas had 4 catches. So
and Greg Dulles got hurt, the other Denver tight end. So Adam Troutman might be a sneaky pickup for you if it works out this way every week. So.
Zach Ertz even came back and caught 6 balls, but it was only for 21 yards. So.
Yeah, man. They didn't throw many balls over 15, 20 yards in Arizona last week, and they still like to win the game. So, hey, maybe it's a recipe for them. I'm kind of disappointed in Tyler Higbee. I thought he would be the guy with Cooper Kupp out. I had a lot of him in DFS this past weekend. I thought he would pick up a lot of those targets, but he only had 3 targets in him. I mean, the Knicks coming up. I'm going to go Reggie Wayne and Puka Nacua came out of nowhere. The next Torrey Holt just came out of nowhere. But nah, I'm having jokes. But other than that, nothing much to say about that position.
It is what it is. Even Cole Kmet's 5 for 44. A lot of that was in the second half when they were losing. I have some with him, so
true.
But there was nothing to be. So with no Andrews and no Kelsey this week, it was pretty. We said Hunter Henry and Hayden Hurst had pretty decent games, but I think
I'm gonna do this just for you. Number 1 defense of the weekend.
Oh, who was that?
Go ahead.
Who was that?
Let them know.
Who was that?
Who
was that? Who had the most points in fantasy defense this week? Let me bring that guy up. Oh, it was the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, is that who it was?
Yeah.
By 31 points, and that's a lot of points. That's a lot of points.
It is.
Arizona was number 2 though.
I got Jets on mine, but same thing. Arizona Jets right there at 2-3. Green Bay, San Francisco, Philly, Falcons, Jaguars, Colts, Commanders. Nothing really sticks out to me. Arizona, but they had a lot of turnovers. They had like 2 fumble recoveries.
6 sacks.
6 sacks. So that would get you many points.
An interception and a touchdown. So.
Correct. So, them Green Bay Packers defense looked amazing. The defense we expected them to have last year, maybe it's this year, because I was very high on Green Bay defense last year, and maybe this is the year for them to pick it up.
And they're only owned in 32% of Yahoo leagues. So.
What, Green Bay defense? Yeah. I need to go get them. I had the Steelers. They got drugged by 49ers last.
So now only 99. The Cowboys are only owned in 99% of leagues.
They're great, man. That defense is gonna be good all year, as long as they can stay healthy. Health is the only thing that can disturb that team this year, especially on the defensive side. Man, you so high on yourself, G. Just relax, bro.
Oh, who's that?
You gotta relax, though, G. Act like you've been here before.
I've never been to Austin, though.
Oh, yeah, that's a good joke. That's a good one. But week 2 projection, man. I'm gonna go through some week 2 scheduled things right quick. We're gonna try to wrap this up very quick. Week 2, Thursday night we got Minnesota, Philadelphia. So when you get this, probably be tonight. We got Minnesota, Philly. I probably drop it on Wednesday, on September 3rd too. So, but yeah. Anyway, on Thursday, Minnesota, Philadelphia. Green Bay at Atlanta, Las Vegas at Buffalo, Baltimore at Cincinnati, Seattle at Detroit, Los Angeles Chargers at Tennessee, Chicago Bears at Tampa Bay, Kansas City at Jacksonville, Indy at Houston. Oh, that was Indy at Houston, San Francisco at Los Angeles Rams, New York Giants at Arizona, New York Jets at Dallas, Washington Commanders at Denver. Sunday night football, Miami at New England, go Pats. And we have a double header on Monday. We got New Orleans at Carolina at 7:15 in Eastern time. I see I get that mixed up. Then Cleveland at Pittsburgh at 8:15 Eastern time. Out of those 2, which one you would rather watch, honestly?
The Browns-Steelers one intrigues me a little bit more, just because you got the Steelers that looked so bad, and a lot of people were high on them, and obviously the Browns looking good, beating the hell out of Cincinnati. So I expect it to be. I think it'll be a good game. The Saints-Panthers, we'll see. Obviously I was high on the Saints this year. The Panthers with the rookie quarterback. So it'd be cool to see Bryce Young in primetime. Though I didn't get to see much of him on Sunday.
I watched a little bit of him against the Falcons, and he has a couple mistakes. It's going to happen. It's his rookie year. So out of this Minnesota Philly Thursday night, I mean, all of us gonna look towards that. Can that offensive line of Minnesota protect?
Pains me to say. But I'm not even. It just pains me the defense. I think that the Eagles didn't look great offensively on Sunday, but I think they will probably look much better this week. As much as I will be rooting for Minnesota in that game, I expect Philly to win that game. Like I said, I just expect Minnesota to not. I expect
Kirk Cousins prime time doesn't really work out well.
I think that's a little overblown, but that's gonna that will of course happen. That will of course happen if they lose, but they're gonna lose that game because of their defense. That's why they're gonna lose the game.
Very true.
They won all those one-score games last year, and then boom, week one this year they lose a one-score game. So
we're gonna see a lot about Atlanta this weekend with Green Bay coming to town, and Green Bay defense, like I said, which is good. We're gonna see what they can do at home. Buffalo, Las Vegas. Buffalo is bounce back game. I think they take it out on Las Vegas this coming weekend. Cincinnati at Baltimore. Can Cincinnati come back after that? They looked pretty terrible last week, and see if they can and get it together and see if Baltimore didn't look great in that first half versus Houston, but they pulled it out. Even Lamar tweeted that I'm rusty as fuck, so we're gonna see if he come back and if he goes to Cincinnati and get this win and Cincinnati go down 0-2, I can imagine the tabloids and things of that nature going on with that. Seattle going into Detroit. Can Detroit start off 2-0? Chargers at Tennessee, 2-0-1 teams. Chargers coming out there, lost against Miami.
I expect a big. Looking at the line, that's a game. The line I have is the Chargers -3. I like that Chargers a lot in that game.
I believe it.
I mean, we all how I feel about the Titans too. So I like even though they played well in week 1, they played competitive. I don't think they played well. They were competitive with the Saints. I like the Chargers a lot.
They did okay. They had a couple mistakes, but Tennessee did okay. They put a lot of pieces together. Chicago at Tampa Bay. Can Baker do it again? Does Chicago really suck? We're gonna see for real. Kansas City at Jacksonville. This is an awesome game. This is a game one of the most. If I had to tune into a 12 o'clock game, it would be this one. We're gonna see if Jacksonville legit with Kansas City coming off a loss, with Kelsey coming back, with Chris Jones coming back. We know they're gonna have fire in their ass after losing their opener. Coming out the Super Bowl, the whole world was watching, so Patrick Mahomes gonna have a fire up on his ass and be ready to play come Jacksonville on Sunday. Indy at Houston, toilet bowl game. We're gonna see if one
Indy's
get their first
favorite
one.
too. I'm surprised. Not surprised.
San Francisco at Los Angeles Rams. I think Matthew comes down to earth just a little bit with that San Francisco defense coming into town. And you think Cam Akers going 22 for 29 was bad. You wait till this week. Maybe he can break one and just shut my mouth. New York Giants, can they bounce back against Arizona this week?
They better.
Oh, God, listen to this guy.
They better. I mean, the Cardinals are awful.
Jets, Dallas battle of defense, if you ask me. I mean, I can just keep Dak them and close enough for the Jets to get some plays made. Maybe they can pull this one out, but I like Dallas as the favorite. What's the line on Dallas?
It's up to like 9 now.
Oh, gotcha.
It was 3. It was like 3 last week.
Washington at Denver. Can Washington go 2-0? Can Denver go get even the series? See what's going on. They let Washington come to town and beat them. We definitely have a lot to talk about.
How bad were the Dolphins when they beat the Patriots on Sunday Night Football?
That's a great line. If they can't, no, the line is, can the Patriots contain Tyreek Hill? Let's be honest.
Can anybody?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can we somehow limit Tyreek Hill enough and Jalen Waddle enough to keep us in this game? I mean, we did a good, like I said, the Eagles ran the ball a little more than the Dolphins aired out, and we're going to really test our rookie cornerback in Gonzalez. We got the Jones, we got Jonathan Jones, Duggar, and those guys. We're going to have to get some pressure. Drew Dunn going to somehow have to get some pressure on Tua. Tua comfortable is the worst thing right now, especially with how you can't hold those guys more than, 3, 4, maybe 5 seconds.
Oh, no, I mean,
not even that long. That's what I'm saying. So you got to get some pressure on him. If you have enough time to just get the ball in the air, it's a rough time. But I think New England, for what we showed Philly, I think we have a chance. I really do. And I think we can upset them on Sunday night. I will be here, feet crossed, ready for that game. And on Monday, like I said, New Orleans at Carolina, can Carolina upset, get their first division win at home, and then Steelers, can they bounce back, and can, with Cleveland coming to town, it's going to be some bloody noses in that game, as all games in that division usually be. So I'm looking forward to week 2. What's your most?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, I think, like you said, the Chiefs Jaguars is the big one, especially like when these good teams lose week one. I mean, I love the Jaguars this year too, but I just gotta imagine the Chiefs are gonna bounce back, and I mean, it should be a good game. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, yeah, can the Bucks start 2-0 if all against like a bad Bears team? Seahawks, the Seahawks Lions, like, I mean, the Lions are 6-point favorites in that game, but like, was Geno Smith the fluke? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think so.
I'm saying, what, was he? I mean, he did not look good. He did not. I mean, he did not look good.
I mean, that video of him said, "Oh my God!" When I would do the same thing, I ain't lying. You see Aaron Donald coming at you full speed out through that some bitch way and holler too. That's a big man.
He said Packers Falcons. One of those teams are going to be 2-0. So I mean,
I'm rooting for the Falcons, man. Come on, ATL. Come on, now.
Although I'm a Cowboys fan, as you may know, I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I am. But but being from New York, obviously I have no love for the Giants, but I've always had a soft spot for the Jets. I feel bad. Is like I mean, Zach Wilson versus that defense. Oh man, I mean that could be rough. But the Jets defense, like you said, the Jets defense will probably keep them in the game. The Cowboys offense looked rusty week 1 too, so they can keep them in that game. But I think they're going to get after Zach Wilson a lot.
He couldn't help himself to go back to that game. You just couldn't help yourself. We asked you the games that you like, and you went back to those Cowboys. You love them. I know it. It bleeds through you. I hope y'all win.
And I expect the Bengals. And I expect the Bengals to bounce back against the Ravens. So I do expect them. I expect that.
I never seen Greg as happy as I did Sunday night. Man. We stayed in this Airbnb, and he was that's the happiest I ever seen Greg in my entire life. Never seen him like that. It was a sight.
I'm a Cowboy fan from New York. Whenever we beat the Giants, it's fun. Like I said, if they had gone the other way, like I would have been getting text messages and Facebook messages and stuff for days on end. So instead, I just send the messages.
I believe it. I believe it.
Not that I deserve it.
I'm on Fantasy Pros. I'm going to give you top 5 projection quarterback: Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Can't go wrong with any one of those guys next week. Running back: McCaffrey, Henry, Pollard, Chubb, Eckler, Barkley, Mixon, Jacob, Bijan, James Conner. Top 10.
Who's playing the Giants?
Whatever. Then you got Tyreek.
Well, it's like Barkley. Barkley better have a bounce back week this week against the Cardinals too.
Yeah, he got drafted early second. I'm pretty sure people are upset with him.
First and early second. Yeah.
You got the usuals in wide receiver: Tyreek Hill, Justin Chase, and Chase bounce back. T. Higgins. We forgot to mention him.
0.
Yeah, that's rough. A lot of guys when he got.
Well, he only threw for 80 yards. I mean, he threw for 80 yards, so that's got to go up too. I mean, and hopefully, I have Chase in one of my leagues too, so yeah, that better go up.
But yeah, the usual suspects: Chase, Adam, Brown,
Devontae too. Brown didn't have a great game either, so because
Kelsey's back, Andrews back, Kittle's back, Hockenson, Waller. Waller didn't have a great game. I expect him to bounce back against Arizona as well. Goddard didn't have a great game either. I expect him to bounce back.
Yeah, he got a 0 too.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts, he got 6 points, but that's decent at the time.
That's like the greatest game in Kyle Pitts'
Get out my way. Get out my dog, man. Get out my dog. I like him. Tampa Bay is the number 1 ranked defense this week. I like it, man. I like what they did. I like what they did to keep Minnesota in check. I mean, they still scored a good bit of points, but Tampa Bay defense was decent, and it kept them in the game for Baker Mayfield to win the game.
17-point game. Yeah, so they only got 17 points.
Cowboys are obviously number 2. Texans, Steelers, 49ers, Saints, Patriots, Eagles, Broncos, Commanders, Buffalo Bills. I'm not right on the outside here, but that's it, man.
Now the Raiders. Okay, so.
I mean, you got to expect Devontae to get some more targets. Let's speak Raiders very, very quickly. Let me take a sip.
Speak what?
Raiders very, very quickly.
Yeah, Jimmy G, man. The guy just wins football games. That's what he does.
Raiders can surprise teams this year. You got Devontae, you got Renfro, you got Jacoby Myers, you got Josh Jacobs there. If Jimmy just formidable and do Jimmy G shit and not try to be Aaron Rodgers, or you get what I'm saying, not trying to throw 10+ passes over 20 yards. And
well, Jimmy G always does on it. That's kind of what Jimmy G always does. I think I think
that's what I'm saying.
It's
He
the
beat
defense. It's which played well against the Broncos offense. So
Right.
but it's Sean Payton though, right? It's Sean Payton. Sean Payton.
But you can't be that person though, Greg. You can't be like it's only week 1 for one team and don't do that.
No,
for another team.
I know. But I'm just all the talk with Sean Payton and things like that, and they're just like that. What do you call that Broncos Jets game in week 5 lost a little bit of luster now too with no Aaron Rodgers too, and it's still. I mean, they'll still be super motivated for that game. But that game
I think, and even though they're in our division, I think the Jets still be better than we expect. That defense is top 5. That defense.
If they get any kind of quarterback play, I mean, they won 7 games last year.
That defense is going to be amazing, guys. I'm telling you. And why I got your attention, if you're still hanging in there. If you're watching us, you can listen to us on Apple Music and Spotify at the LK Pods. And if you're listening to us, you can look at this beautiful scenery here in Austin that we're in the backyard of Pflugerville, Texas, which I've never heard of in my entire life. Never thought I'd be here in my entire life. Right near Round Rock, which is a beautiful city. Like I said again, Texas is beautiful. You can watch this at the at LK Pods, and also if you into chill, sip, and talk, which is a little more personal conversation. I had that going as well. But other than that, man.
And if you check any of them out, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, man. We at 100+ now, so I mean, it's getting in. Our listeners is like at 200+, so we're growing.
We just need another couple 100,000. So we're good to go.
Right on. And shout out to the Lodge one more time, man.
Yes, absolutely. Nick and all those guys over there, thank you for having us.
Yeah, right on, man. We're gonna shoot one more. I'm gonna try our best. We get out of here in another week. We're gonna get one more in. I promise you, we're gonna get one more out here in this beautiful scenery. I gotta do at least one more. And anything you want to touch on before we get out of here?
No, I think it was a good recap of week 1.
Don't give up. I got 3 or 4 things. It's very quick. New York Jets fan, don't give up on your season. Trust me, your defense is good enough to hold on. If you're a Pats Nation, I think we've seen the improvement. Cowboys fans, that defense might be all time. So this might be your year if Dak Prescott can hold up his end of the deal.
Who'd you pick to win the Super Bowl this year?
I did, Cowboys.
Nice.
I did. I really did. I think y'all defense is superb, man. And like I said, if Dak Prescott don't let you down, I think y'all got the best defense in the league. I know that everybody talk about the 49ers, but the things y'all put together this year, y'all can do it.
It's every level. It's every level, man. And they're deep, man. Some of those guys last night, some of those guys the night before, man. Some of those guys, I had never even heard some of those guys, and they were out there doing their thing. So yeah, it's exciting. It's fun. I hope so. I hope so. We've been waiting.
Very true. And I put a warning sign on the Chiefs this year. If you know, we talk behind the scenes. Just something about the Chiefs this year don't seem right with me. They got a lot of young guys on their secondary this year, and a lot have been on Patrick Mahomes' shoulders the past few years. And I think you might see a slight down year, maybe just 10 wins this year. But
I don't know.
I just don't think the Chiefs are going to be that great as they is. I think Kelsey eventually going to have to take that dive a little. I'm not going to say he fall off a cliff. I just don't think the Chiefs is going to be 13, 14 wins this year.
I learned my lesson of 20 years of watching the Patriots, and now Mahomes is the next.
6-time champion.
I'm just not going to say. I'm not going to.
It's just my opinion.
I'm just not going to say. I mean, are they going to win the Super Bowl this year? I don't know. Maybe, but as long as they have Patrick Mahomes, I'm not. I mean, they've never won. I mean, they've never won less than 12 games since he started there. So.
And last but not least, Falcons going to win that division. Falcon fans going to the playoff this year. If y'all get a great matchup, y'all might even win a playoff game this year. Just throwing it out there. So I'm going to let it go.
So when they play like the Eagles because the Cowboys win the division, they're going to beat Philly in the first round?
This is another episode of the LK Sport Podcast. But no, every week, every podcast I do, from Chill, Sip, and Talk to the LK Sport Podcast, I always end on positivity. I'm going to touch on my journey to get to Texas. God always worked in my favor. And as long as you keep God first, guys, and believe in Him, even though when times are hard, you don't think things are going your way, just believe in faith. Mustard seed of faith. If you was a church person or you have parents deep in the church, it could be Methodist, Baptist, or whatever it may be, you always tell you keep faith in God, Allah, whatever you believe in. And with me in this journey to Texas, it's been amazing and eye-opening. Came with some guys, met some guys I never met. There's some real nice people in this world. And I just want to say, take that chance. That's my goal. Take that chance. If you got a chance to go into another state or try something new, even if it's for a month or a couple of weeks, do it. Because like I said, this experience, like to see different people and things, how people work in different states, very nice people here in Texas. Don't get me wrong, it's hot as shit sometimes.
It is hot. It is hot.
But it's bearable. I mean, it is bearable to me. I'm
when your room's insulated well.
Yeah, that too. He got a bad. He picked a bad room, guys. Sorry, but yeah, take a chance. I mean, keep your faith in God, trust it, and take a chance. You want to move out of state, take that job, or try. Even you, like I said, you want to visit a certain state, city, or country, or whatever. Just take that chance, and that's my message to y'all, man. Just keep your faith in God and keep it going. Anything you want to say to him, G-Money?
No, man. Amen. 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 Amen.
Pastor Davis logging out. But y'all already know, man, be humble, live humble, stay humble. And I'm always thankful and grateful you listen to the LK Sport Podcast. I'm going to sit out here and drink me another cider and enjoy the night, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I promise I love and appreciate it.